Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Fiso. We're gonna be talking about money as usual. Before we get started, this video is for information only. It doesn't take into account your personal circumstances. It is by no way financial advice to you. If you need a financial advisor, seek a registered person. Okay, today I've got a topic that I thought about, how it came about. My title is Do Not Ignore Warning Signs. How did this topic come about? So sometime this week we had an issue with our garage. So what happened is it's been playing up a little bit, I think for a couple of days before we actually had the issue. And Habit to say to me, you know what, I think I need to oil the garage. And guess what? We never did anything about it. We didn't attend to it because with a little bit of push, the garage was working. And then 3 days later, I'm just about to drive out with the kids, dropping them at school and me going about my business. The garage wouldn't open. There I was now stranded. Tried a number of times, the garage wouldn't budge. So anyway, I know that there's an option to convert it from an automatic to a manual one. So I used that, I converted it to a manual. Then I managed to drive the kids to school. And then in the evening when he came back, I was like, oh, I couldn't get out of the garage today, so I converted it to a manual. He said to me, do you know that the fact that you converted it to a manual is gonna be very hard to fix? So which means it could mean that he might try and not be able to, then he would have had to call a technician in. So you know when you call a technician, that's gonna cost you money, right? So he came from work, he put some oil to the garage, or I don't even know that stuff, whatever I was doing, and bang, the garage opened. Then it made me think about in our money, in our finances, what warning signs do we get? And we ignore them, and we just bury our head in the sand, we act like everything is okay, we keep going on and on and on until we're in a hot financial mess. So I came up with some quick tips that can tell you that you are in a mess, like just a warning sign that, you know what, things are not going very well. You need to have a look at them and try and fix things up. So I've got a short list. Let me see my list. The first one that I have is your bills are piling up, right? They're piling up. Now you just ignoring them, or you're not even catching up. You're not even opening the mail when it comes in with your bills, right? The reason why you're not opening them is because you know that maybe you don't have the money, or you're just getting overwhelmed. So that really tells you that that's a warning sign. Just check the way you are going. Why are these bills piling up? Why are you not coping with these bills, or why are you falling behind? So you need to do something about it. The second one that I thought of was, you know, you might find yourself not answering phones, because I don't know if you answer all your calls, but most people will look at the number and see if it's in the contact list. So let's say now you're in a financial mess, you're not answering your phone. The reason why you're not answering is you don't know who's calling you. You're thinking, oh, it might be someone who's chasing you for their money. So, you know, just watch out. That means you are going the wrong way. You need to do something about that. You got paid, money came in, but there's nothing left after you got paid, because all your commitments have just taken all the money and you are left with nothing. Maybe you had overdraft. You know, when you got overdraft, it means you've used the bank's money. Let's say you got a $600 overdraft and you've used it, and you get paid, say $1,000. In your bank account, you actually have $400, because the $600 will go to overdraft. So the $400 obviously won't be enough to sustain you until the next pay. So the fact that you keep on utilizing the overdraft every month or regularly, it means that your finances are not okay. So you need to try and make sure to try and make sure that you are surviving without that overdraft, you are managing without that overdraft. Point number 4 is now you can't sleep at night. You are restless. You are thinking all the time, how am I going to manage? How am I going to pay this bill? Or how am I going to pay these bills? And maybe you are getting disconnection notices that say, we're going to disconnect your gas bill. We're going to disconnect your electricity. And now you are tossing and turning. Look, when you find yourself not sleeping at night because of money, it means you need to do something about it. I remember maybe like 9 or 10 years ago when we wanted to buy a house, the salesman that we spoke to, he said to us, look, that's okay, you go ahead with this deal if you want it, but you've got, you know how when you some of these huge contracts, you've got a cooling off period. He said to us, you know what, you've got a couple of days cooling off period. I think it was 14 days, I can't remember. He said, you know what, if you go home tonight and you can't sleep at night, just ring me tomorrow morning and say we're pulling up. That was the best advice I've ever received from a salesman, because usually they want you to buy. So if you find yourself not sleeping at night, that means things are not going very good. Okay, that's a warning sign. Point number five, you've run out of fuel, and now you know when you get in your car, you know how much fuel you have. When you check the fuel gauge, you know how much fuel you have. You know the distance that you're gonna cover. You actually know whether the fuel that you have in your car is enough or not. But then you get in your car, the fuel gauge is showing you that it's low, but you are driving, you are just hoping that you will get to where you are going. You are hoping that you arrive. Okay, this is what I've experienced. I'm a Christian, right? With some of, especially we Christians, at times we start going like, we are praying for the fuel, we pray that to arrive where we are going. It's okay to pray, but my point is, you got in the car knowing that there is no fuel. Now you are resorting to prayer because you don't have enough gas or enough fuel. Now you are hoping for a miracle to get to where you are going. So that's another sign that I have for you. And my last one, which I really love, is you are now, which is point number 7 by the way, you are now borrowing from one person to pay the other. Okay, in business usually this is how it works out. The people who chase their money, the people who follow up, the suppliers or the creditors are the people that you owe money, right? The ones who shout the loudest, the ones who make phone calls, the ones who follow up are the ones who get paid. Because you know, you end up thinking, I mean, generally business people will think this way: let me pay this person because you know they keep on harassing me and you don't want to have a bad relationship with them. Let me pay this person, and then you pay the ones who are quite last. Yeah. So if you find yourself now in a situation where you are borrowing from A to pay B because B is following you up, okay, you've paid B and now later on A starts chasing you up, you are now borrowing from C. This situation I can relate it to, you've got credit card with company A and now you are deeply in debt. You get another credit card from company B, you take that credit card to pay this other company. You are now moving from one company to another to get the credits. That means you are in trouble. But you know what? The good thing is, it doesn't matter what financial issues you're having, there's always hope. There are things that you can do to get yourself out. So these are just the signs, a few signs, and this list is it's not a complete list. You might have, you know, different ones. Feel free to add on to them. Thank you for tuning in. I've got another video coming up. Next one will be called 10 Commandments to Fix a Hot Financial Mess. So if you are experiencing those signs, I've got something that will help you to fix them. Thank you once again for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was educative and to help you. Thanks. Bye.